chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on no big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Cause the special teams don't punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Lear jet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win.
And good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Redzone channel, and I have a full house of children. Let's see if I get my ears on. I can hear. Hey, everybody. We're about to send y'all out to the fields, but we've got some special guests here today. This is the newest addition to the Hastings family. This is Baron Lewis Hastings. Hello, world. Hello, world. He's eating some dinner tonight, sponsored by Fats Cafe. So we have some ribs and chicken. And everybody's getting what I get all the time. So I don't care. Oh, we know what he wants. He wants to stand up. He wants to stand up, be in the limelight. What's up, Baron? Now the other two you sitting here. Whoop, here, Mama, come get him. He's done with that.
Seriously, Belle.
The other two sitting here, Austin and Isabel, say hello.
Hello.
These are our all-stars for our Saturday morning sports talk bad picks, and they're here tonight. They're bringing us our food from Fats on Friday nights, and we want to thank them. Thank you, guys. Say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay. Y'all got anything else to say you want to say to the world?
No.
Nothing
What's
else?
that face for as well?
She wants to make weird faces. All right, tonight on the broadcast tonight, we've got WAGY, we've got East Rutherford at Polk County, we've got East Gaston at Shelby, we've got Cherryville and Burns, and then we've also, who else do we got? Who did I lose? East Burke and West Lincoln, folks. We're going to start off with Cherryville and Burns live on YouTube with Tom Cinefani over in Lawndale tonight. So we're going to check out these guys. Bulldogs hosting the Ironmen of Cherryville. Now, if you want to listen to the Ironman broadcast, you can listen to that. We may pull up the Ironman video. I mean the video for KTC, and then just play the Ironman guys. Let's switch over.
Alvin just stopped by to see how the new jingle was coming along.
Well, as a matter of fact,
Simpson had the height advantage there. The corner, and I wasn't sure which corner that was, but just basically blocked him out when the pass was up in the air like it was a rebound for a basketball. Blocked him out, did not allow him to use his height to an advantage, and was sitting right there perfectly when the ball came to him. Ball was a little underthrown by number 9, Casey Beeler for the Wolverines. Good job by the defensive back for the Cavaliers to be able to get in there and bring that interception back. So East Rutherford gets their second possession of the game. We're going to call it 1st and 10. Looks like about the 17-yard line. Landon Flynn out of the shotgun. Spread formation, 2 receivers, both to his left and to his right. 1 running back behind him. He's going to be a handoff there. Handoff to the running back. Looks like no gain. Stopped very short there. That handoff looks like it went to number 11, Blake McClellan. Yeah, Blake McClellan on the carry for the Cavaliers there. Met by a host of Polk County defensive linemen for a short gain. So 2nd and 9 now for the Cavaliers coming up. Well, definitely not the way Polk wanted to start the offensive series, but they were taking a chance. It was a deep ball, and it turned into a turnover. They just got to look at it, try to turn a negative into a positive, just consider it was a long punt at this point. I think Polk County feels good about stopping the East Rutherford offense, wanting to take some shots down the field, see if they can get some easy scores on offense. Landon Flynn out of the shotgun, got 1 back behind him, takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's throwing over to his left there. Oh, almost intercepted by Polk County. That pass was number 30, Nolan Simpson, a freshman for Polk County, almost came away with a pick 6 for the Wolverines. He came from the safety position. It looked like that pass was intended for Churiton. He was on one-on-one coverage, or had a one-on-one man coverage with him with the cornerback. He had the position on him, almost looked like he was going to make the catch. And then the safety just came out of nowhere to break that up, and not just break it up, but almost intercept it. Nolan Simpson, 9th grader, 5'5", 115 pounds. Almost came under the biggest play of the ball game so far. Absolutely. Now we're looking at 3rd down, 3rd and long once again for East Rutherford. Playing out of the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. He's got 4 receivers to his left, running the oop-de-oop here with 1 receiver on his right, trying to force single coverage. He's under trouble. He's going to come down in the backfield with a sack. Yeah, Polk County was coming with the blitz. It looks like it might have been Angus Weaver and some other Wolverines in on the stop. Angus Weaver also playing linebacker for the Wolverines. That's going to bring up 4th down, and we're going to see the punting crew come out here. Once again, we're going to have the corner barbecue, punt of the pigskin here. They've got breakfast and lunch. It's hard for me to think about football without thinking about barbecue, so that's a good combination. Looks like McIntyre is back to receive for Polk County once again. Looks like we got Keldon Bostic back to punt for East Rutherford, sitting in his own 40-yard line. Deep in his own territory, Bostic almost near his goal line. Another short, wobbly kick. He's trying to get this in a bounce pass, but it doesn't. Polk County recovers it. It has a good return here. They're already on the East Rutherford side of the field. He's going to be stopped inside the East Rutherford 30. That's going to be down about the 27, 28-yard line, it looks like. Number 2, Coleman Tisdale on the tackle from his special team spot for East Rutherford. So now Polk County's going to take over now. They have their second drive, and they're going to start with great field position here. So they're going to spot this, looks like, at the 29. Yeah, right. East Rutherford 29-yard line. That's right, JB. So we got 1st and 10. Let's see what Polk County decides to do. Do they want to take a shot down the field, Antonio Simpson, or are they going to play it safe with Angus Weaver? They've got tight formation, a lot of guys on the line, 2 receivers. There's a handoff there. It looks like a handoff to Weaver, wide open. He's going to land to the end zone. 10-5, touchdown, Polk County. Yeah, Angus Weaver right up the middle for Polk County, 29 yards for the first score of the game. Right now it's 6-0. Let's see if they attempt the extra point or decide to go for 2. Well, we're seeing from our pregame discussion, looks like they are doing exactly what they thought they were going to do. They are using their line to their advantage, and they made a huge hole there. Weaver went right up the middle, didn't even look like he got touched. Yeah, the big hole in the middle of that offensive line for Angus Weaver to run through. If East Rutherford going to have any chance tonight, they're going to have to stop that. Logan no down for the extra point. They're going to go for the extra point. Here's the snap. Hold by Beeler. Kick looks to be good. Officials confirm that it's good. And with 8:12 remaining, as we take a look at the Stanton Enterprise McDonald's scoreboard, home of the world-famous fries, 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Polk County takes an early 7-0 lead. This is Rutherford County High School football.
All up there.
That is
one of the Surratts. He comes all the way across the field and is pushed out of bounds just shy of the 50. That was Kahari Surratt.
Number 15, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, and it's going to be run back. I believe that's Surratt with it.
Maybe that's the
He's
best
to the
way to go.
25, trying to pick his way to the 30, 35, and steps out of bounds. And Ward could have ran for a first down.
Same thing I was thinking. He had plenty of room to run, would have gained the first down and more, but got a little overeager to throw it downfield, and interception there for Surratt.
I'm sure Coach Pruitt's going to talk with him about that.
That's Kahari Surratt.
Yeah, he's trying to make a big play, but double coverage and underthrown. I mean, that was just easy pickings for Surratt, and brings it back to the 39-yard line.
So Burns' offense get his first crack tonight.
So let me
Pretty good
see if
field
we get this
position to
up
start this
here.
drive.
Okay, so let me get that. Okay. All right. So this is what it looks like down on the field as Mooney and company is in the gun. We'll go back out here. I think the wider works better. Pop pass, ball on the ground, and an incomplete pass as it's thrown forward. So it's not a fumble, but just dropped right there in front of Mooney. I think it was a pop pass to, I think that was Norris.
Yeah, if Norris, if that wasn't ruled a pass, he probably could have picked it up and ran with it. But
Yeah, but those are passes that look like runs.
Yeah.
If it's thrown forward, it's an incomplete pass. So it goes in the book as an incomplete pass.
Be 2nd and 10 now for Burns.
From their own 39-yard line. Mooney's got it. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking. He fires. It's a little low. I think he picked it up off the ground, but they're going to give him a catch? No, they didn't.
Or incomplete.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that was picked up off the carpet there and incomplete. And all of a sudden, Burns very quickly looking at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, O.J. Allen was wide open there. And like I said, that's a tough ball to throw. Flush to your left side. Just didn't get quite enough on it there.
Yeah, it looked like it was a designed roll out to the left. And Mooney just didn't set his feet and get enough on it. So it's incomplete. Now it's 3rd down and 10. So the Cherryville defense, or you could say lack of execution on the Burns offense, either way you want to look at it. Now it's 3rd down and 10. And that's what it looks like if you're playing in the game, which is pretty cool. But I think we can see it better here from the wide angle. And Mooney's got it complete, fighting his way. But he's going to be short. He's got about 7 yards on the pass. I think it was Thompson that caught it.
That'll bring up about 4th and 3. I wouldn't be surprised if Burns went for it here. Ball's up around midfield. Have been progressing all pretty well.
They might see a Jeremiah Norris run here.
It could be a situation like Cherryville. They might do a little pooch kick.
Well, no, they're keeping the offense on the field.
Ben's been doing some punting duties as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is a punt formation at all. Triple wide receivers to the right, and did they induce the penalty?
They got him. Yep.
Wow.
All sides.
Wow, that hurts. And it's just like when you're Cherryville, you
that's
just
the one
can't.
Thing, that's the one thing you can't do in
that
that situation. Yeah.
That's going to be a Falston Pharmacy first down, actually the first one of the game, and you just can't do that when you're against a superior talent team. You just can't make these mistakes.
Well, I'm not sure if they were trying to draw them off sides or sure that was a plan. Whether they were intending on going for it or not,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
so it's 1st down and 10. Burns from the Cherryville 49-yard line. Norris a single back set. 4 wide receivers to the left, to the right. Mooney's got it. Going to give it to Norris. Picks his way. Still on his feet. There he goes through a little crease. And he's finally hogtied around the 36-yard line. But that's another Falston Pharmacy first down.
and that's why he's my player to watch coming into this game. Big-time run ability. And like I say, he's got a threat to take it to the house every time he touches it.
And that's up close and personal. If you're a coach in the team, that's what you'd see there as Mooney's in the gun. And I think we have an official's timeout. I'm not sure why. What's the timeout for? All right, so we're going to take 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Come see the
Truesdale keeps it. Another pitch to Winnick. He fumbles it. The pitch was behind him, but he's able to fall on it and keep possession for West Lincoln. That could have been costly.
And he's hurt.
He got dinged up trying to get that ball back. It was behind him a little bit. He tried to catch it, but it just couldn't pull it in, but he at least did fall on the ball.
Yeah, they gained 3 yards on the play.
So coming in his place is J.J. Fansuk. He'll go out as a wide receiver to the left, as the wide receiver.
About the
pitch to Avery going around the right side.
He's got 4 wide receivers in, and Mooney's got it. Shotgun, back, throws, deep ball. Surratt's out there, got it. falls down about to throw. No, incomplete. When he hit the ball, when he hit the ground, the ball came out incomplete. I tell you what, Mooney threw it in the bucket, but when he hit the ground hard, he just couldn't hang on.
I think it was a situation. I don't think he had to jump for that ball. I think if he had just stayed on the ground, I think the ball would have came to him.
So tough break for Surratt there as he was open, but I think that's going to be open pretty much all night. They'll have opportunities.
We ought to try that one again because I think we could do that all night.
Yeah, 4 wide receivers. Mooney with a single back set in the gun. And he's wiping the hands, and now he's barking the signals, and he's got it. Play action pass, ball out in the flat. It's Graham Warlick, 30, 29 spin move, 25, 20, and fighting his way to the 19-yard line. That's another Falston Pharmacy first down.
Nice little spin move there by Graham Warlick. Caught that screen pass to the right side.
So that's the third Falston Pharmacy first down of this drive, and Burns going with the hurry up, 4 wide receivers again, single back set. Mooney claps the hands. I don't think they were set. No flag. He throws over the middle, got a man into traffic, intercepted in the end zone, and that's Ward, the quarterback, who will run it out to about the 8-yard line.
Well, I think Warlick was wanting some kind of holding on a play.
Show Rotella with advanced synthetic technology.
No flag.
Yeah.
So Cherryville comes up with the takeaway, and that's only Mooney's third interception of the year.
But it won't save you from driving through the middle of nowhere and wondering.
For sure.
Well, he threw it back over the middle late into traffic, and that usually is not a good thing. And they'll look at that one on the film, but he held it maybe just a little bit too long. But what about Ward, the quarterback, coming in there and getting the takeaway for the Ironman?
Yeah, like I said, we're going to see a lot of these guys playing both ways tonight for Cherryville.
Tell you what, Avante Maddox is a man in there in the middle. You can really get a good look at him there.
See if we can get some pressure on Ward here, shotgun situation.
And so Ward in the gun. And trying to bring in the sideline cam. For some reason, we don't have it right now, and it's a running play up the middle of Moss. And did he fumble? The Burns are pointing that he fumbled, and the referee says no. But let's see. No, it is.
Changed
he
their
did
call.
Fumble. Wow.
Changed the call. Burns has it. Right about the 5-yard line. Big play there to this Bulldog defense.
So they'll take it back over with 5:55 left to go. And can you believe that? I mean, they get the big takeaway in the end zone and turn around and fumble, and Burns will take it on the Cherryville 5-yard line. And this is point-blank range. That's just a disaster for Coach Pruitt and his boys.
Well, I couldn't tell who stripped it or who fell on it, but good play by the defense there.
Yeah, Burns was pointing, but, you can't read too much into that. But Mooney's going to get a chance to redeem himself after throwing the pick, and it's going to be Norris, whose shoestring tackle. Did he get in? They give him the touchdown. That's a numbers bookkeeping touchdown for Jeremiah Norris, 14-0 on your Main Street Hardware scoreboard.
Yeah, Norris got the inside handoff, broke a tackle, and stretched his way across for the touchdown. So just like that, 5:50 left in his first quarter, 14-0. Let's see if they go for 2 here.
Here's your drive summary. One play, 5 yards, 5 seconds.
That was easy enough.
That's easy enough. So we got a swinging gate here, and Mooney in the gun, looks, lobs it up in the corner. Haynes jumps up. Did he come up with it? He did!
Oh, wow.
2-point conversion, good, and that's brought to you by Nealon Cole Pest Control. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, Key to the left of Lee.
And Lee to throw over the middle. He's got Hamilton inside the 5. They're trying to get him down,
and they do.
They get him down at about the 2.
Yep. So another CSI Mechanical first down, the 7th of the game, but they did keep him from scoring the numbers, tax, and bookkeeping touchdown, but it's going to be first down and goal inside the 2-yard line. That was a really good tackle because I thought he was in, and he just wasn't. It was a good tackle.
First and goal, ball on the 2. They're going to throw it on first down, and it's a quick to Hamilton. So he didn't get the touchdown on the previous play. Gets it on this one, and it's a 2-yard touchdown catch for Jakeith Hamilton, and Shelby on top 12-0 on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And Point After coming up. That's sponsored by Classic Ford of Shelby. Touchdown sponsored by Butler's Tire, or excuse me, not by Butler's Tire, by Numbers Tax and Bookkeeping of Shelby. And now late coming in the game to hold is Drew Hollifield. So let's see if we can get a little bit better snap and hold this time. Berkowitz on for the PAT. Good snap, better hold, and this kicks up. And Classic Ford of Shelby. PAT is good. Shelby leads 13-0 with 1:03 to go. First quarter. We'll be right back.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts, U-Pull, and Scrap Metal. Located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby.
Yeah, he'll get a Mippolito Mexican first down on that reception. Antonio Simpson already having a heck of a night with an interception return. Also playing offense greatly for the Polk County Wolverines with that reception. First down now for the Wolverines. Still with over 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Let's see if the Cavaliers can come over somehow to stop them and get back on offense, get on the scoreboard.
So we got 1st and 10, one play. Polk County got into East Rutherford territory. 1st and 10 on the East Rutherford 43-yard line, we'll call it. Beeler out of the shotgun. Looks like handoff to Weaver. Weaver had nowhere to go. East Rutherford finally showed some good penetration there.
Number 2, Coleman Tisdale with one heck of a tackle. The senior here for East Rutherford playing in his last game. Coleman Tisdale has been a catalyst for the East Rutherford defense this year for them. Tackling Angus Weaver. Angus Weaver, we mentioned all the accolades he's had. What a heck of a tackle by Tisdale.
So we're going to call that, it looks like a loss of 3 for Polk County. So it'll be 2nd and 13. They'll be at the East Rutherford 46-yard line. They break the huddle. We know what Baylor's got lining up here.
We do have an update for the Chase-Patton game with 5:20 left in the first quarter. Chase now on top of Patton, 21-0.
Like they're setting the tone early in that game as well. There's the snap by Baylor to the shotgun, handoff to Weaver. Weaver trying to make up for that last play. Got some good yardage. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, and a host of East Rutherford defenders finally brought him down.
Yes. Still a good job by East Rutherford defense. With their defensive line was able to not give up the big play. Sets up a 3rd down now for the Wolverines. If East Rutherford get a stop here, how big would it be for them?
I think it definitely stopped the bleeding a little bit. You've seen scoring for Polk County early here. You want East Rutherford just to get a little bit of confidence that, hey, we can hang with this offense. We can stop these guys. So you got a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 here on the East Rutherford 42-yard line. Beeler and Weaver in the backfield. Beeler out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. No handoff to Weaver. He's looking for a pass. It looks like the ball got batted down or his arm got hit as he was throwing it.
Yeah, good job by East Rutherford defense right there. Brings up
pass.
4th down for the Wolverines. Let's see if this is 4-down territory for them or they decide to kick the ball.
And
homecoming night here at Polk County. Let's see if they decide to go for it. Beeler still talking to the coaches on the sideline. Looks like they may keep their offense out there.
And Simpson's coming up is limping right now. That might play a factor in whether or not they decide to go for it or not. It looks like they're bringing out the punt crew. Simpson's trying to walk through this injury, but he does not look like he's comfortable right now.
No, that would be a huge loss for Polk County. Once again, we'll have a corner barbecue punt of the pigskin, breakfast and lunch, barbecue cooked on site, full menu on Facebook, brisket every Friday, locally and family owned, ready for the corner barbecue punt of the pigskin by the Wolverines.
It looks like Evan Jones actually is going to be punting it for them. It takes a low snap, covers it very well. High, short kick. It's going to go out of bounds right about, looks like the East Rutherford 25-yard line or so. It's got the ball elevated, but it didn't travel very far. That could have been a lot of trouble. That snap almost bounced and could have got by, and that could have been big trouble for Polk County, but the punter held on to it and was able to get the punt off.
East with 2:24 left to go in the first quarter. Desperately need to put some points on the scoreboard.
The one thing that East Gaston has done well, they've punted for 37, 28, 31, and there's been -1 yards as far as returns are concerned. They've done a nice job of kicking it away from Isaiah Bridges, which is smart. It's a smart move.
Absolutely.
Shelby's got 2 guys out with the split ends on each side now. I don't think that's something that they do very often. I think they're trying to give Bridges a chance to run this back. Not going to get a chance, though, because the snapper, does a great job, and he basically followed the ball all the way down. That's going to be the end of the first quarter.
So at the end of one, the Shelby Golden Lions on top of East Gaston 13-0 in our No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We'll be back right after this for second quarter action.
and he's got it at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, still on his feet, rumbling into the end zone for a numbers bookkeeping touchdown, 61 yards. Ryan Thompson's having a night, man.
Wow, that is just pretty. Like I say, the skill level of that pass is extremely hard to even get that throw off. And then Ryan Thompson breaks 2 or 3 tackles. He should have been down at the 20-yard line and drug 2 defenders all the way for the touchdown. That's just fun football to watch right there, Tom.
So that was one play and 13 seconds. Their last drive, one play and 5 seconds. They have just now they're going to go for 2. Interesting formation. Thompson makes a man miss and walks in. That makes it 24-0 Burns. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
When it comes to taxes,
have 47, and that'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down for the Rebels.
Yeah, they pushed the line. They had him balled up, but they pushed that line, got over the first down marker, and now they're going to be first down on the 47-yard line.
That was a lot of beef in that scrimmage.
It was.
Truesdale, quick pitch out to Winnick over here on the left. He's got it. Makes one man miss. Good move. Gets out to the 49-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. Tackle made by Matthew Smith.
Gain of what?
Gain of 5 on the play. Or was it?
No, because it was so far in the backfield.
Oh,
that's
like why.
He just got.
I thought he got further.
He just got. He got back to 1 yard. 1 yard. They're giving. Nope, they backed it up. No gain on that
And now
play.
we've got a penalty. So it won't matter because there's a face mask penalty on East Burke. So that'll be a 15-yarder.
That hurts right there.
That was really strange because they were way on the far hash mark, the right side, and they threw it way over here to the left. But it was so far in the backfield, I thought he had gained about 7 yards and he got nothing. That'll teach me to think.
Not even sure if that was a forward pass. Now that I think about it, it might have been. I think it was not forward or backward. I think it was even.
Well, won't really matter at this point. Nope. It's a 1st and 10. Cross midfield at the 38. Pitch to Avery around the left side. He's got some room. Breaks through the left side. Runs over a tackler. He runs over Ben Mast. Mast is able to force him out of bounds, but pays the price. Avery gets down to the 21-yard line, so gain of 17 on the play for Avery.
For Avery. He's at 10 carries for 78 yards, a little bit under his average, but still averaging 7.8 for a game.
He hasn't. Up to the line quick. Another pitch to Avery. He's around. He's got an opening. Breaks a tackle. Gets down inside the 5-yard line. Another good run for Avery. They found something over the left side. That's 2 good runs in a row. So Avery gets down to the 4-yard line.
And he started at what?
Oh, goodness.
17?
17.
Yep. I'll give him 17 on that.
So another Rebel first down, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Early in the second quarter, looking to go up 2 scores. Handoff to Winnick, goes around the left side, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, West Lincoln. Good play there. Winnick with a good speed, gets out to the corner. Darts for the pylon, gets inside of it, and stops. Touchdown, Rebels. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. So it's 13-0 West Lincoln, and Joel Sellers is on to kick.
All right, yeah.
Sorry, Joel. Truesdale's hold, snaps high, kicks up, though, and it's good. Good job by Truesdale on the snap, which was high, gets it down. Sellers bombs it.
Guys miss, and this is a highlight reel. 10, 5, spin move, touchdown. Holy cow. Isaiah Bridges, 30-yard touchdown reception. Jeff, the last 15 of that was ESPN Sports Center worthy.
Yeah, he made about 5 guys missing.
And Shelby on top 19-0 on the Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. Just a minute and 41 into this second quarter as there's 10:19 to go. Jack Berkowitz on for the point after. It'll be Drew Hollifield to hold. This will be a classic forward of Shelby, point after attempt. And this kick is up. And it's good. And classic forward of Shelby KT is good. 20-0. Golden Lions lead it. We'll be right back for Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff after this.
2nd and 2. Ward in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Bolin, and Bolin loses about 3 yards there. Burns, defender, just firing into the backfield. And again, it'll be 3rd and 6 now, going the wrong direction. Ball at the Burns 39.
Well, I would just go on the record saying if they don't make it here, they'll go for it on 4th down, Matt.
It's absolutely 4-down territory here. So we'll have 2 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver down here near us. I believe that is Bryson Sigmund by himself here to the near side at receiver. And the Ironmen will burn their 3rd and final timeout here of the first half in the first quarter. 57 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. We'll be right back on WCSL.
There's something new arriving every day at the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Keep warm. City Outdoor Power Equipment.
Of Shelby. Burko's foot's into it. Again, driving Stovall towards the end zone and into the end zone for the touchback.
So that's 3 touchbacks out of 4 kicks. And especially when the team's having trouble getting any first downs, when you're having to start back around the 20, their best starting position was, I think, the 24. And they've not come anywhere near close to a first down yet. So 1st and 10 for East Gaston on their 20-yard line.
Tell you, it's been a big first half for Dalen Lee. He's completed passes to 4 different receivers. 3 different receivers have scored touchdowns tonight.
Burns up 24-0 over Cherryville.
Pass out in the flat, complete to Summy.
Yep, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain. That's the most yardage that they've gained on any one play. Polk County leading East Rutherford 7-0. Maiden up on Lincoln 15-0. Got some other scores we'll share with you. Chase trying to secure at least a tie for their conference championship, and they're up on Patton 21-0.
Big year so far for the Trojans. And Sherrill passes again, complete out in the flat again to Summy.
Nothing.
But this time the Shelby defense gets him for a generous 1-yard gain.
Yep, that was a great job of rallying to the football. Brent, why do they tackle them on the numbers, and they put the ball down
in the middle of the field. There's no way that's where it should be.
Those small details just bother me sometimes. 3rd down and 4. East Gaston trying to get their first down, and they just did. That is
courtesy of a Shelby neutral zone infraction. As they brought a linebacker up on the outside, and the hard count got him. So 5-yard penalty will give them just what they need for the first down and maybe half a yard more.
So the first down, and it took until 9:36 left in the first half. But, again, Shelby leads 20-0 here early in the second quarter. But, as I said, that is the first down for East Gaston.
So a little trap play, and it goes to Stovall, but only gets a 1 or 2 maybe.
Yeah, it gets 2 yards, and that's a play that they ran a lot last year. They've got a power back over to the left, and so they're faking to the main running back to the left and then bringing the power back around. It looks like a trap, but it's almost a reverse, but just nothing there. So it's going to be a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Like we said, Burns already up 24-0 on Cherryville. A couple other scores. Bandy's leads West Caldwell 7-0. West Lincoln leads East Burke 14-0. Crest up on Huss 14-0.
2nd down 8 for East Gaston. The ball snapped over Sherrill's head. He's going to have to run back, get it, and he corrals it, but all the way back at about the 15, maybe the 16. It's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, and I think that, all that hard work they did to get into positive figures, I think they lost all that on that play. And I want to tell you, that's a great job by the quarterback, Stovall, to get on that ball because, that's Sherrill. Those things are – a football shaped weirdly. And when that thing's bouncing around and rolling around, if you've never tried to jump on a rolling football, just take it from me, it's a really difficult thing to do. And I thought he wasn't going to be able to get it, but he reached out and pulled it in at the last second. I think number 13, Tyler Boyce, was thinking about scooping and scoring on that one.
3rd down, 25, and Sherrill gets pressure, and he's dragged down for the sack.
Going to be back inside the 10-yard line. They might give him the 10-yard line, but, again, another lost yardage play.
Boy, they gave him the 8-yard line, so that loses 8 more.
So that is 4th and 33. Yowza.
And that sack was Jaden Pierce that time, the big defensive tackle. So now punter from the own end zone this time, and Isaiah Bridges back at the 35. And he gets the punt away. This is a good one, but I think Bridges for the first time is going to have some time and some room. And he cuts it in, but again, nice tackle by Chase Johnson.
Woo. Great tackle, and Shelby's really fortunate that they didn't call for a block in the back on top of everything. So that's a 40-yard punt. That's a really nice punt, and no return to speak of.
No, Shelby will take over at the 47 of East Gaston, though. So great field position, but and you saw what Bridges was trying to do. He was trying to get somebody to make a move, or he could put a move on you.
For the Blue Devils. Now the wheels turning in the mind of the Blue Devils coach. Rushed out of the pocket. Football comes loose. And Hendersonville able to get the big man on it as Eli Cole Davis smothers up the football with a takeaway deep in Blue Devil territory. Tom, that's the last thing that Brevard wanted right now, even if it was a matter of kicking it away on 4th down. All the good work done by that defense, and now they're going to be right back out there with their backs against the goal line. But all smiles for that young man. How about the work of Eli Cole Davis, one of those seniors for Hendersonville, having his moment on this night.
All set up by the penetration by Dennis Waters, one of the outside linebackers, to make contact and knock it away, and the big guy falls on the football.
Waters, another of those senior leaders for this Hendersonville group. Just a little pitch near side. Head of steam and turning to sneak right inside the front corner of the end zone is the ball carrier Rutherford, and Hendersonville set to double its advantage. You know what the expectations were there, and you see the emotion bubbling over after his team had just come away with a nice defensive stop, but this was somewhat with ease for Rudisill.
Yeah, just pitch it outside, let him do what he does best, and angled it on down and got into the end zone for a touchdown.
In the left-footed look for the Hendersonville kicker, who punches it right on through, and it is 14-0 Bearcats as they capitalize on the turnover.
Game tonight, well on their way with a 28-0 advantage, preparing for Brevard next week. Hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to go to 2A playoffs. We have to see what adjustments East Rutherford's going to try to make here. They've got to stay in this game. It's almost, you hate to say it, just early in the second quarter, but it's starting to be kind of now or never if they don't start moving the football. All right, there's a snap to Flynn. Flynn out of the shotgun. Pass. Oh, pass was intended. I believe that was Aiden Lynch. Or excuse me, no, that was McClellan. The pass was intended to little high. He got his hand on it, was not able to make the completion. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Wait, McClellan looking around for a flag. No flag from the referees. It will bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Cavaliers. And one thing that's hurting the Cavaliers are passing so much that clock continues to stop.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that's what you want if you're Cavaliers. And one of the things I think that they need to try to do is run the football a little bit more, get the clock running. And I think they should have tried that to onset the game because they want to kind of keep this close. And now Polk County's up 20-0. It's going to be hard to come back from that. Definitely.
And I couldn't agree more. And you're allowing, I don't know if you're necessarily giving the guys on your defensive side a good chance to rest. Flynn with the snap out of the shotgun. Looks like he's going with the option. He's going to keep it up and try to go up the middle. It could be a short game brought down by a couple of Polk County defenders. It may be a gain of 2 or 3, it looks like.
Yeah, number 66, Bryson
Brad
Owen
like
there
walk.
for Polk County, defensive line player for them, a senior, 6'2", 320 pounds, come up and laid the licking on the ball carrier for the Cavaliers.
So third and 7, we'll call that a little bit not quite long, but not quite manageable either. This is one, actually, to be honest, this is one of East Rutherford's better third down positions that they've had in the game so far, trying to see if they can capitalize on it.
Yeah, they seem to be having trouble with third down conversions.
Yes, sir.
Tonight. And I'm not sure what. They seem like there's been a lot of confusion on third down so far for them.
Flynn hoping he can find a gap. He's going to stick with it this time. The option this time, he pitches it out to the running back, and that looks like is that Robinson. Robinson, he's going to be awfully close to the first down.
Maybe 1 yard short. Let's see what East Rutherford decides to do. A lot of official on the far side of the field. It will be 4th down now for the Cavaliers. Big decision for Coach Russ.
And that was C.J. Jackson actually on the handoff there on the run for East Rutherford.
I like the play call.
I mean, it kind of didn't have much of a choice. Feel like you're not getting much success, not able to move the ball with the passing game. To spread it out, at least give them a look at pass, and then hopefully with the defense spread out, you find some lanes to run through.
East Rutherford with a big decision. They're trying to decide what they want to do here. It looks like they may be bringing in a jumbo unit. Let's see if they decide to go for it.
East Rutherford Flynn's signaling to the sidelines, trying to call something. They're going to call for a measurement. They want to see if it actually was was short of the first down marker.
Also give them a chance to see what decision they want to do right here on 4th down. Very big decision coming up. Down 4 scores right now.
Can't really see. We've got some Polk County players in front of us, so it's going to be very close. That might be closer than we thought. And they were correct. Good call by East Rutherford to have that measured. That is going to be a first down.
Absolutely. A Mi Pueblito Mexican first down for the Cavaliers. Good job, as you mentioned, for calling for that measurement. Gave them a first. They did not have to go for it on 4th down, which would have been a big call.
It would have been you hated to say this far back in their territory. Well, not far back, but in their territory still to have to consider going for it.
You don't want to have to go for it if you don't have to.
That's exactly right. So now they're going to stick with the 4th down jumbo package, it looks like this. For the first time we've seen no receivers lined up, so they almost looks like the Alabama I almost lined up there, where they got a stack set. There's the handoff to C.J. Jackson. Jackson bounces off of one defender, but that defender doesn't let him go, and another defender brings him down about the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 2.
Yeah, number 10, Vincent Twitty, defensive back for Polk County on the stop after the short game by the East Rutherford ball carrier. 2nd and about 7 now for the Cavaliers.
Forward progress. They're going to bring it. They're going to put it at the East Rutherford 41-yard line. So East Rutherford, you're seeing. We talked about if they were going to be making any adjustments. I think it's fair to say in the first few plays of this drive, they have completely adjusted their game plan. Where we saw solid pass scheme early in the first quarter, they have basically, I don't want to say abandoned it, but they are trying to establish the run right now early in this drive.
I like what they're doing offense right now. It keeps the clock moving, giving them a little success, getting their defense at rest. Good job adjusting by the Cavalier coaching staff.
There's a jet sweep. Oh, and it's going to jet sweep, touch to a halfback pass. And that looks like, is that going to be intercepted? Yes, it is. Intercepted. So the pass, it was a jet sweep run that was pitched by Flynn to Blake McClellan. McClellan stopped in the backfield, then threw one up, but threw it into double coverage, threw it short, and it was intercepted.
Yeah, intercepted by number 4, Evan Jones. We've mentioned his name a few times tonight for the Wolverines, playing good from his defensive back position. I don't like that call right there because that and it could have been, it was just well underthrown. Polk County had 2 defenders back there. I know they're trying to generate a big play to their offense, what they need to do. But right there, they were moving the ball pretty efficiently, running with a rushing attack. I think they should try to stay with that right there, Chip.
we just seen that they were being able to move the ball, even if it's just a little bit. They were able to move the ball on the ground, but it did for maybe 2 or 3 plays. Then they went right back to trying to do a big play pass, and it just did not pay off. So Polk County's got the ball. Beeler out of the shotgun, takes the snap, to pressure up the middle, blitz.
And he's going to outrun Drew Hollifield to the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown East Gaston. So a 3rd and 14. A little reverse to Stovall, and he did almost everything on his own, Jeff. He broke a Jaden Pierce tackle at the line of scrimmage and then outraced the Shelby defensive backfield all the way for the touchdown. And let's see how many yards that was. I believe that was 53 yards, yeah.
Abernathy will attempt the PAT.
Abernathy on to attempt the point after. It's 20-6 Shelby. And again, that play was dead to rights, and we just didn't tackle him. And the kick is going to be up and good by Abernathy.
So 3:48 to go, second quarter, and East Gaston's closed this one, 20-7. We'll be right back.
Car's windshield cracking you up? If so, you need to see the windshield doctor. That's Carolina Auto Glass.
Act like they were going to throw, gave the handoff to Angus Weaver.
Inside the 30 and now cutting back, and he is going to walk into the end zone. The second punt return touchdown.
35, cuts
night.
it back, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone for a numbers bookkeeping touchdown. Do you see a flag?
There is one. I don't
I
see
didn't.
it.
Okay.
I think some of the guys were thinking might be blocking him back, but I think he tripped.
Yeah, I don't see a flag,
I
but the
think we're
body
good.
language was maybe there's a flag, but I don't see one.
Yeah, the refs hollering that.
And
there's
Coach
no
Pruitt
flag.
sure thinks there should have been a flag. He is not happy. I think he thinks it was a blindside block. They are coming back, but where's the flag?
I tell you, on the short side of the field, it did look like a block in the back, but I think the Cherryville guy tripped before he actually hit him.
And they're going to call a hold?
Man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things, but or not seeing things. I didn't see a flag thrown. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
A whole lot of room there. He's at the 10, turns it upfield to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And there he goes. And that's Isaiah Bridges. 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, Jeff. He stepped out of bounds, and they're not saying he did. So that's what he can do for you. He had nowhere. At the 5-yard line, he had nowhere to go. He beat the guy to the sideline, and then somehow tightrope walked it all the way up the sideline and outran everybody for the 97-yard kickoff return. And just like that, Shelby's back up by 3 scores. And I'm glad he's on the Golden Lions. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and you're right. Have not seen Abernathy kick it deep much all year. And so Shelby said, okay, we know what you're going to do. So they moved everybody up and had the wings covered. And darn it, he kicked it over everybody's head, and it rolled dead about the 3-yard line. But that's when Isaiah Bridges said, that's okay, I got this.
Berkowitz on for the point after. And it's good. So classic forward of Shelby. PAT's good. Shelby, 27. East Gaston 7. Back again.
That'll bring
30
the score
seconds.
to Shelby 27.
4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of.
It wasn't much past that 4, so to get out of bounds, 46-yard line trying to cross midfield.
I thought he had just gotten back to the line of scrimmage or maybe a yard, and then you look and it's like, gain of 4.
You'll notice with him, he's shifty.
Yes, he is. Strong and shifty. Truesdale in the shotgun, fakes to Winix, throws downfield. He's got Nathan Rye again. Oh, just over the fingertips of Rye. He kind of delayed for a second, not sure where the ball was, and then he kept going. But we've got a rebel down in the backfield, and I
believe it
that
was
might be Truesdale. I think he got
big
drilled as he released the ball.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Clean hit, but he got leveled.
Yeah, he got a beautiful ball.
It wasn't Tua Tagovailoa.
No.
But he got laid out pretty good. He'll be coming out for at least a play.
Yeah, good ball that he threw. Like I said, if the wide receiver continues his stride, he probably catch that in stride for a touchdown.
Yeah, there was just a bit of a hitch there. I'm not sure if he didn't pick the ball up, and then when he saw it, he tried to go after it. So Truesdale walks off under his own power, no problem. Gideon Allen will come in and play quarterback. He did a great job for him early in the season for a couple games when Truesdale was out. He's under center. Hands off to Winnick's going over the right side. There's room. He breaks back to the left. He's over the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, West Lincoln. A great run by Jalen Winnick's. He went through. He went around the left side to the center of the field and then back to the left pylon. He gets in for a touchdown.
54 yards.
54-yard touchdown run. And West Lincoln had the ball only 40 seconds. And there goes the cannon. There we go.
54 yards.
So now it's 27-0. Sellers on for the extra point. Truesdale, snap, hold, kick is up. And it's good. So Truesdale's fine. He came in and held on the extra point. So now, on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's West Lincoln 28, Eastburg 0. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout on the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
I thought it was about 4th and 2, but 4th down and 4, and Burns up quickly. Let's see if they run it, and they get Cherryville to jump on the second time they got him.
I know Coach Pruitt's not too happy about that one.
You know,
he is livid over there on the sidelines.
And I do not blame him because he is a man who has attention to detail. And, he's probably talked to his kids about that, and that's just tough. You got a chance to get off the field and commit another penalty, so that's a Falston Pharmacy first down for Burns. And
well, it's also, we can't hear what's going on the field, but I bet you Ben Mooney had a good hard count on that one.
And it's 4 wide receivers, toss play. I think that's Lamont Wilson, 45-40, got a hole, 35-30, there he goes, 25, makes a cutback, 15, 10, 5, no flags, into the end zone for a numbers bookkeeping touchdown. And I believe that was a 44-yard TD run.
Yeah, big-time run there by Lamont Wilson. And that was your player to watch before the game, showing why, he's one of the best athletes, we have on this team all the way down. Made that one look easy, Tom.
I tell you what, he hit the hole and cut back, and he was to the house.
Yep.
So extra point coming, brought to you by Neal and Cole.
Like I say, all these runs, we got to give a shout out to the O-line, for paving their way and getting good blocks and, allowing them to make these big runs like this.
Surratt out of Mooney's hold. Snap back, kick up, and I don't know if that one was wide. No, it's wide again. So the score remains 36-0. We'll be back.
Shoestring away from taking that to distance. So 2nd and 5. Shelby quickly on the ball. Doesn't take them very long to get a snap, does it, Brent?
It sure doesn't. They've gone with this hurry-up quite a bit tonight. And there goes Key again, and he's got to the 10 and down inside the 5 maybe.
Yep, looks like it's going to be about the 3-yard line. Another first down. And again, it's CSI mechanical first downs. That's the 12th. The 11th first down for Shelby.
So they put it at the 4.
So 1st and goal at the 4. 1:53 left in the first half. Shelby leads 27-7.
And there goes Key again. Why not? And he's to the goal line or to the 1, and he's stuffed.
Yep. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1. Might be time to see what Shelby can do. As far as try to run that thing in. In a short yardage situation. Most of all they've been doing here for the last 3 games are trying to do some things to what are we going to do if we're in the playoffs, and let's work on some things. And so they do have somewhat of a heavy formation, and they are going to run it up the gut. And I think he got there. Is that Key again?
That was Key again. So Key in this time, and he gets the last 4 snaps, 5 yards, 13-3, and then the final 1 yard plunge for the numbers, tax, and bookkeeping touchdown. And Shelby leads 33-7. There's 1:15 to go here in the first half. And Berkowitz on for the point after touchdown to give Shelby a what would be a 34-7 lead. And I kind of liked it, sticking it on the ground that time after the first pass. Snap good, hold down. Again, somebody comes in and gets the blocked kick.
And he's coming off the outside. I mean, there's nobody to block him. You just it's got to be quicker. You got to get that thing up and out of there. So that's the second blocked kick tonight.
So with 1:15 to go, Shelby leads 33-7 on our No Malarkey. Mr. Sparky Scoreboard will be right back.
Check around. You can't beat the financing found now at Classic Ford in Shelby. Coming down for 3.9% APR finance.
Now for Brevard, after a disappointing situation for them offensively, not able to get that first down. You're sitting there going, okay, if you can do this, you can do that. And sometimes it doesn't work that way when you begin to speculate what might transpire. But they may have a chance to get that ball back here.
These fans seen a lot of battles and enjoying another one tonight between the Blue Devils and the Bearcats. Standing back at the 12-yard line in an effort to put a foot into it is King. Again, 36 seconds. Look at the talented kicker from a punting standpoint here. Boy, able to get a hand up there. Stockton didn't get a hand on it. And an adjustment made on the tail end of this by Leo Maupin to make sure no further yardage is lost on that kick by the Blue Devils. And Brevard's going to have it, 35-yard line, 28 ticks remaining. And we saw, boy, every moment so critical as you're being reminded here. We saw this Brevard team take a couple of deep shots early, Tom.
A team that wants to run the football, 203.8, 106 passing. But we'll see what they choose to do here late in the first half, the 35-yard line.
Making use of the modern technology as the decision is made inside the final half minute of the second quarter. Speaking of a deep toss, here it is. Why not go the direction of Griffin? And he has it up near midfield. Hendersonville trying to force the football out, but whistle having sounded, and Griffin down near midfield. Now you're a little closer with 19.9 if you're Brevard.
Yeah, 6'4", throw it up, let him go get it, his 10th catch of the year.
I had a feeling the Blue Devils are going to take this for a spin. That's step one to trying to put something on the board. You know, and for all the what ifs and could have beens and might have beens that are so often a part of these games in the early stages, Tom, one well-timed pass delivered by Brevard here, and you're looking at a one touchdown contest.
Yeah, I think a little bit the difference we saw that last week in our South Carolina game with the T.L. Hanna threw a 60-yard touchdown pass against Hillcrest, which turned out to be the difference of the ball game when it came. This is late in the first half, so you know that you're probably going to put it up and you'll play a little bit different defensively. But you know, got a chance, got it back.
If they connect on it, you're talking about an entirely different game. A game that Hendersonville has to look at as having dominated from a standpoint of the scoring chances, and yet Brevard right there could be, if this drive ends to the Blue Devils' liking, within a score if they take this final 19 for a spin successfully. Have it in Hendersonville territory at the 48.
Won the toss, took the ball, so yes, Hendersonville is going to get to start the second half.
Flag comes down as this was thrown near the feet of Griffin. Tried to go back his direction one more time. With a playmaker like Griffin, why not try every way possible to get it in his hands and see what happens in open space. But there's a flag down at the 48 of Hendersonville. Looking like this is going to be against Brevard. And it is a chop block against the Blue Devils. So now not quite in the striking distance they were just a moment ago, and dealing with 16 seconds to play. Tom, here's a look at the flag on the chop block and also the hit that was taken by the young QB.
Yeah, Swicegood hung in there and stepped into it, came up just a little bit shy.
lost the yardage that he had just gained on the earlier pass play. And this time Brevard seeing if perhaps they could sneak one through on the ground, stacked up at the 40. And as the closing seconds of the first half will tick on off that game clock. Couple of scores up on the board. Both of them belong to Hendersonville, but these two defenses.
If it's there, take it. But
these early before the game, it was the cheerleaders and football players. Now they're introducing the senior members of the West Lincoln Band. So they're out on the field honoring them. So while we're here at halftime,
able to get to him. Pressure by Polk County brings down Flynn. Huge loss on that play. That brought him all the way almost back out to their own, to the 30-yard line of Polk County. That's going to be 4th and a mile pretty much.
Yeah, that was just not what the Cavaliers needed right there. That play took too long to develop. You see the pressure that Polk County was able to bring. They brought the blitz. They called that play exactly right. Now East Rutherford at the 25. They still have to go for it here. If your Cavaliers down 28-0 before halftime, you got to try to put some points on the board. Let's see what they decide to do. Looks like they're going to set up for a field goal attempt.
I was about to say, this is going. I don't know what the yardage
is. That is a long field goal attempt.
This is definitely not short.
That is going to be about 47 yards there for East Rutherford kicker. Let's see if he can make it.
That's like got a whistle call on the field. Offsides looks like call on Polk County. That's going to move it a little bit closer.
Yes.
I don't think that changes the strategy much, JB. It's still going to be 4th and over 20. It looks, well, 4th and 18 we'll call it. So that's an awful big ask to try to get a first down there. They want points on the scoreboard, so it looks like they're going to continue. They're going to stick with Keldon Balstick for the field goal attempt.
Yes, that looks like it will be about, let's see, they're going to kick it from the 25-yard, so maybe a 35-yard field goal right now.
Yep. 36, snap. Kicks up. It's end over end. Is it long enough?
Yes.
It is. Wow. Gracious. Great kick. Keldon Balstick with the field goal, 35 to 36-yard field goal. So now we're looking. That puts East Rutherford on the scoreboard. So taking a look at the Stanton Enterprise McDonald's scoreboard, home of the world's famous fries, with 1:29 left to go in the first half. East Rutherford's on the scoreboard. Polk County leads at 28-3. You're listening to Rutherford County High School football on Downtown Radio.
Mi Pueblito Mexican Restaurant welcomes you to their table to experience authentic Mexican flavors and
Prices on furniture at Cummings Furniture in Shelby so much lower than other furniture stores.
Thought that I had, they're going to have to reset the play clock.
The clock is the play?
Yeah, they're going to reset that. That's a moot point. So the game clock continues to run. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Shotgun again for Ward. Single back set. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Blitz. Here comes Johnson. Can't get him. Ward escapes and slips. And then it was 33 on top. I think that's Courier.
Yeah, I guess that was Ward trying to make a cut there and just fell down. You would think he probably would have broke that tackle and probably gained some more, but lost his footing.
So he did lose his footing there, and still don't have the sideline camera. Really would like to get another sideline view here, but unable to come up there. So
looks like we've got about 3rd and 15 on the field for this Cherryville Lyman team.
Yeah, 3rd down, 15. And in the gun again is Ward. And he's checking what the coach wants him to do. In the gun, claps the hands, and it's going to be a quarterback draw, and he's going nowhere. His big Vontae Maddox throws him down, and I don't think he got anything.
Yeah, that's your boy right there, Maddox, with the suplex there. Bring up 4th down.
So they're going to do another 3 and out, and I believe that is the 5th 3 and out for the Cherryville Ironman offense. But when you start out behind the sticks on 1st down, it makes it very difficult.
Man, this Bulldog defense is just too good. I mean, you know, it's What can you say, Tom?
Okay, so this time it is Kahari Surratt who is going to return the
And that
punt.
was Kamari that caught that last
Yeah,
touchdown pass.
I
Yes.
got
Yep.
that in, yeah. So it's Kahari Surratt who's back. And Ward, good snap.
Pretty
good
good
punt.
Yep.
And he punts it away and out of bounds. Very good, effective special teams play, and Burns will take it with 1:38 left to go.
Yeah, smart move there, punting that out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. I remember an old story I told, and it was Leon Johnson who was playing for Freedom. And the coach looked me in the eye and said, this guy's almost run 2 punts back for touchdowns. If you kick it to him this time, you won't have to worry about playing for the rest of the year. So I promptly kicked the ball out of bounds and got to play the next week.
Well, did you not tackle him one time during that game?
No, I think I just said boo and scared him, and he ran out of bounds. He, that's an effective play. When you got guys running it back, just kick it out of bounds. There's no penalty for kicking the punt out of bounds.
Yeah, I would do that every time, too.
So 4 wide receivers, single back set, and Mooney is going to hand it. And that is Jeter. And through a hole, he's got a first down and more, powers his way to the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards and a Falston Pharmacy first down.
Yeah, big-time run there, Jakari Jeter. Hadn't seen him run the ball a ton this year. Looks like we got an Ironman defender down on the play. Looks like we may have 2 of them.
Okay, so we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
You'll get more than a fair deal at Shelby Heating and Air. And to celebrate the return of the Cleveland County Fair, Shelby Heating and Air is now offering a fair service special of just $55. That's right, get a heating system checkup for just $55. Also, get up to $750 in savings with a special Shelby Heating and Air discount on qualifying systems. Call today at 704-487-7877 and schedule your $55 service appointment. Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Come see the all-new Bobcat CT1021 and CT1025 compact tractors. Now available at West End Sales in Vail. It's great for maneuvering around the barn, sheds, and landscaping. It's perfect for mowing. Features include 4-wheel drive and a 21 and 25 horsepower diesel engine with hydrostatic transmission. See it today at West End Sales, Highway 18 North in Vail. Online at westendsales.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Your locally owned and operated hardware store is Main Street Hardware in Lawndale. Come check out the deals, like big wooden rockers, now on sale for $149.99. See the biggest, baddest blower on the market today by Red Max and priced at $599. They also carry a full line of Toro push and zero-turn mowers. Save hundreds of dollars now during their end-of-summer clearance sale. That's Main Street Hardware, 356 East Main Street, Highway 182 in Lawndale. Online at mainstreethardwareinc.com and like them on Facebook too. Come see the all-new Bobcat CT1021 and CT1025 compact tractors. Now available at West End Sales in Vail. It's great for maneuvering around the barn, sheds, and landscaping. It's perfect for mowing. Features include 4-wheel drive and a 21 and 25 horsepower diesel engine with hydrostatic transmission. See it today at West End Sales, Highway 18 North in Vail. Online at westendsales.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
It's time to power up. Power up with Skag Power Equipment powered by Vanguard from Elliott's Supply Company in Polkville. The Vanguard is now available on the Skag Tiger Cat and the Skag Patriot models. See the Skag Tiger Cat 52-inch mower with Vanguard 810cc 28 horsepower EFI engine, or the Skag Patriot available in 52 and 61-inch cuts with the Vanguard 810cc 26 horsepower engines. Power up with a Skag from Elliott's Supply Company, Highway 182 in Polkville, online at elliottsupplyinc.com.
They're everywhere. Your yard, your kitchen, your bedroom. Invading your home and property, spreading disease, and destroying everything in their path. If you don't act, they'll multiply, crawling ever closer to you and your family. The only thing they fear is the web. Nealon Coal Termite and Pest Control. Call today for their new service special and save $25. Bugs. Beware of the web.
Well, the chickens have arrived at Parker Family Feed in Bellwood, and that's no yoke. Come by and see them. Just watching them will crack you up. Okay, seriously, they now have chickens along.
All right, folks, welcome to the Red Zone radio channel. We've got live scores. We're going to do some highlights in just a second. I'm going to let Dennis go over some of the scores. I got to run down the hall 1 second, Dennis. I'll be right back to finish off whatever you got going on. But right now, got a bunch of scores across the board here, Dennis.
Hey, if you've not been watching the YouTube channel, the score is Burns 43, Cherryville 0 here at this point. And Thomas Jefferson, surprisingly, 46, Highland Tech 0. We don't have a score in the Hayesville and Cherokee game yet. We do have a score in the Bishop McGinnis score. Winston-Salem Prep leads them 14-6. No score yet in the Carver game. We've got a score in the Community School of Davidson over Christ the King, 14-7. Let's go down to Burnsville. Black Knights playing the Andrews Wildcats. Burnsville 6, Andrews 21. No score yet in Swain County and Murphy, or Avery and Owen, Mount Airy and Elkin, or Albemarle and somebody. We've got Rosman Tigers 6 and the Mitchell Mountaineers 41. In a more local game, we've got East Rutherford Cavaliers 7, the Shelby Golden Lions 33. No, excuse me, that's East Gaston 7, Shelby 33. East Rutherford has 3, and Polk County has 28. Lincolnton Wolves 0, Maiden 29. Newton Conover Red Devils 14, Bunker Hill Bears 21. West Caldwell Warriors 0, the Bandy's Trojans 7. East Burke 0, West Lincoln Rebels 28. Brevard Blue Devils 0, and the Hendersonville Bearcats 14. The Chase Trojans 55, the Patton Panthers 0. East Surrey Cardinals 34, West Wilkes Blackhawks 0. North Surrey 19, Surrey Central 0. No score yet on the Marion and Mountain Heritage. North Wilkes 7, Forbush 14. And more local scores, we've got Ashbrook 7, Kings Mountain 28, Crest 20, Hunter Huss 0. No score in the North Gaston Kramer game or in the Hickory Ford game. Those are still 0-0 as we have them. In the St. Stephen's Indians versus the Statesville Greyhounds, that's 14-13 St. Stephen's. North Lincoln Knights and the West Iredale Wildcats, we have at 0-0. Forest View Jaguars. What? Forest View Jaguars, or Jaguars. It's 7, and the South Point Red Raiders 14. East Lincoln Mustangs 26, and let's see. I can tell who they're playing here, but whoever they're playing, it's 26-0. We turned out the lights here. It's Freedom 0, Watauga 35, High Brighton 14, and Alexander Central 10. So that's High Brighton 14, Alexander Central 10. And we have the Lake Norman Charter School 0 and Pine Lake Prep 28. And we have the McDowell Titans on top of the Irwin Warriors 28-14. That should bring you up to date on basically all the scores at what is about halftime. We'll have final scores here on the post-game show, and we'll be talking about all of these teams and their games and the implications for next week. For example, some of you will probably be interested next week to listen to or watch the Kings Mountain Crest game and the implications that will have on the playoffs. Others of you will be more interested in the Burns and Shelby game and the playoff implications that has. Should Burns win, they'll probably be a number 1 seed. Should Shelby win, that will turn over the apple cart as to where these teams will end up, because Burns would be a 2 seed rather than a 1 seed. And that drops it way down to at least a 12th seed if you lose, because there's basically 11 teams or so in that area. Well, Kevin, you got any thoughts on these scores so far? Anything on there just stand out to you, surprise you? That.
Well, I'm going to say this. I thought Maiden tonight would win 40-something to 20.
Yeah.
It's 29-0. Right now, we're sitting in the dark, folks. We so we can see our board better. You folks watching at home, here we are. So, it's Halloween.
Halloween.
Time to tell you
Welcome.
a spooky story.
Welcome to the halftime show. We call it the red zone for something.
One.
It's the blood red.
All right, so looking at some of these scores, I thought the Maiden would be a little bit closer, but I thought Maiden would win by like 2 or 3 touchdowns. So they're in the neighborhood of what I thought the differential would be, but I did not think it'd be 29-0. Shelby 33-7 is about East Gaston just doesn't have it this year. And here's the difference, Dennis. Shelby and Burns have smoked East Gaston.
Yeah.
And East Gaston has smoked all the 1A schools.
They'll be the 3rd seed.
So we thought East, the way they beat the 1As is just as good as the Shelby and Burns beat them, but when they play Shelby and Burns, they're getting killed. So I guess they're just in the middle of the road pack, a 3 seed. Like you said, they'll be on the road somewhere in the late 20s or 30s, and we'll have to, or early 30s. We'll have to go on the road.
Over in Bunker Hill.
Now that one, Bunker, see, so here. Lincoln has won like almost all their games by less than a touchdown. Bunker's been doing the same thing lately, and they've been kind of playing around with teams 21-14, Dennis. I expect them to win by more. You're 100% right on that one. I highly expect them more. That Bandy score, we haven't got an update in a while, folks. That might be different. Hendersonville, Brevard, you guys were watching a special broadcast of some of that. I want to thank those folks up there doing that one. That game, Hendersonville could put some points. I guess Brevard plays pretty good defense there. That we've got to highlight. I know you wasn't in here, Dennis, but I had a good laugh. Big man for Hendersonville, 76, the D tackle, fell on the ball on a fumble, and it is just the greatest day of his life. I'll have to pull that up here in a few minutes and go back on our. If you're folks watching now on the Red Zone channel, you can rewind this show. If you'll go back to the 40-minute mark, you'll see the big man fall on the fumble, and he was excited about it.
He didn't knock the air out of the ball.
No, he. Now that you say that, there's a good chance he could have. He was a big boy. Like he wasn't small at all.
Here's your pancake ref.
JP coming to grab some scores. What you looking for, JP? East Lincoln is 26-0 right now over North Iredale down there in the corner on the right side. Folks, looking at our scoreboard, 1A's on the left, 2A's in the middle, 3A's on the right. We don't really have any 4A schools here in our district or area,
well,
so we don't really look
Mary
at them.
And or McDowell Titans is a 4A school.
Yeah, 4A, 3A conference there with Earl in the split. Alexander Central is a 4A school, and so is Watauga, but they're in that split conference as well. I hate all these split conferences. Think about this. We went from 8 to 4 classifications, and then they still split the conferences. Come on, meow. Like what?
Where's the parity?
Oh, jeez. So anyway, Chase 55-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
Watauga 35-0 at halftime. You know, they're in their conference. They're 2A teams, and that's one thing about, you know, football. You know, you beat a team in volleyball and you stomp them in the ground. The thing about this sport, though, Dennis, it's a physical sport, and that's why that we push a little bit of more fairness between these teams. So anyway, we're going to send it back out to the field. Any more comments? We're going to come back in just a few minutes, folks. Give us a minute. I got to send out some scores, and we're going to I guess we'll have coverage still. I guess I wonder if they're still starting the third quarter. They have Cherryville and Burns is in the third quarter, into the third quarter actually. So we're going to go out to them and let them finish up the game, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes, and we're going to do some highlights and stuff more here on the Red Zone. Give you some live scores. I've got to send scores out to my announcers. Folks, give us 2-3 minutes tops, and I'll be right back, and Dennis and I will do some highlights. So let's go out to Burns right now. Let's try this one. Here we go.
There we go.
Tom Zenafani.
Cherryville has to run another play. They don't.
Yeah, closing on 20 seconds left here in this first half.
Let's see if they do. And see if we can get a sideline cam in here. Nope. They have to charge those batteries. And in the shotgun, throws, and Ward completes. And in the open field. And that is Tobias Miller, I believe, on the reception, number 17, who's had a couple of big receptions here. And
yeah, good little pass and catch, and they're going to have 4 seconds left.
So that
take a crack at this end zone maybe.
Moves it from the 47 to the 31, so that's a 16-yard pass and a Falston Pharmacy first down. 4.3 seconds left to go. Let's see if Cherryville can stick it in the end zone, and if they do, there will not be a running clock to start the next half.
We'll see if
so they got
Ward puts his ball in the air. And
okay, so let's see. That's what it looks like from the sideline there. Tanner's got the camera there, and I think there's maybe a penalty.
False start on or
offside against Burns.
Yeah.
So that'll make it a little easier to get it to the end zone. And that'll put the ball to 26-yard line.
Yep. So I think Ward definitely got the arm, to get it to the end zone. It's like they're going to start 3 wide receivers lined up wide right.
All right, so shotgun, Ward, he'll roll to that side. There he goes. Penalty marker down. Might be a hold. Ball into the end zone. Jump ball intercepted. Intercepted. L.J. Allen's coming out of the end zone. He's to the 15. He's to the 20, working his way to the right. 25, 30, 35. Before he slowed down. 40, still on his feet. Finally knocked down just over midfield. Let's see what the flag was, though. It's probably a hold.
If it gets Burns out, I think they'll get another shot at that.
They will, but feel pretty it is a hold, so that will go in the books as an interception, and the score remains 43-0. And I know my friend Tamara Weaver's out there listening from Summerville, South Carolina, and she wants me to make sure that we get a shot of the homecoming queen. So, Tamara, I'm going to try to bring that to you. Plus, we'll have a Carter Chevrolet halftime show. Thank you to Carter Chevrolet for being a long-time patron of Burns High School football. And I always like to say that my parents brought home that Caprice Classic in 1987. I brought home a pre-owned vehicle when I came home from college. So Carter Chevrolet, I've personally done business with them. They're good people. Go see them. Been in business for a long time. We'll be back in just a few minutes. You're listening to Burns High School football, brought to you by West End Sales. Main Street Hardware Scoreboard, 43-0 Burns. We'll be back.
There's going to be on their 34-yard line. But, it was a nice pass, and the receiver just didn't catch it. It bounced up in the air, and McGill said, "Thank you very much," and just grabbed it as he ran past.
Now, I feel like McGill would have made the tackle for a very short gain. He was in a good position to do that, but instead of having to tackle from behind, he caught it and then returned it to the 35 of East Gaston, and I believe it was actually Sherrill that ran him down and made the tackle.
Yeah, it was.
But with the penalty, that'll back it up to the Shelby 34. But the goal lines will take it as they get the ball right back after they turn it over on the kickoff. And handoff. Actually, it's a bootleg, and there goes the throw to Hamilton, who's got it. Shoelace tackle made. It's a gain of about 7, though.
Yep, again, nice tackle, and that tackle's by number 3, Sheldon Clark.
Clark on the stop.
It's going to officially be a 6-yard gain.
did not give him the reach. But it's the 6th catch tonight by Jakeith Hamilton. And 2nd down and 4 from the Shelby 40. Now it's Key forward for first down yardage. I think he got 5 or right at 4. He needed 4. And the spot looks like it's by 4.5 yards.
Yep, and so it's going to be a CSI mechanical first down. Again, score is 33-7 Shelby on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And after that just really scary don't handle the kickoff situation and turn it over to give East Gaston the ball on the Shelby 22, 23-yard line, Shelby just took it right back with the interception and now have 1st and 10 on their 45-yard line.
Looking for points off the turnover.
All right, folks, welcome back to the broadcast. I'm going to mute Brent and Jeff here in just a second. Let's see if I can get them. Shut up, Brent. There we go.
I love the way he follows your command.
Yeah, he shut right on up, didn't he? So let's go over. Let's do some highlights for what's going on right now. Here's the picture. I don't know why I didn't get video of it, but we got a picture of the band doing the national anthem.
Okay. No sound, just a picture.
Senior night at Hunter Huss as the Huskies prepare to tangle, and Dennis, look.
Is that the home crowd?
At the home crowd.
Well, like I told you earlier, Kevin.
On senior night.
Well, yesterday at the JV game at Crest, they had 5 fans.
I mean, that's a 3A school. Like, Cherryville gets, like, Cherryville does in Bessemer get way more fans. That's probably Bessemer on a bad night when they play like somebody like Shelby. A lot of people don't show up, but when they play Cherryville, like, the stands are full.
Competitive game.
The stands are full. And then looking here at Huss, I mean, that is a 3A school. We showed you Lincoln last week with almost all the stands empty, and then what was it, Freedom a few weeks, the first week of the season, and just non-competitiveness, Dennis. Again, if your football team plays 10 games, and I'll say this from a small school. Let's go over this, and this is what you hear. You come to school the next week, and a cheerleader will say, "We're gonna win this week, or y'all gonna get killed again." Well, we don't. Kind of not our fault who we're playing this week. We got Shelby, so.
Why don't you go out there and see what you can do?
While you enjoy yourself on the sidelines having fun and doing whatever y'all do, I'm out here getting my head beat in. But again, we looked at our schedule, and it's my season. It's not that we were bad. It's that 8 of the games, Dennis, no chance. Could we beat Kings Mountain, Charlotte Catholic, Chase, Shelby, Lincoln? There's 0-5 right there before we start. We had Kings Mountain, Charlotte Catholic on our schedule.
Well, think of it as training
had to play against them.
To be a future Panthers.
I guess so. All right, let's. So that's senior night at Huss. Here is the. Let's see if we can get some. There we go.
Oh, that's Crest.
This is the Chargers walking through the banner as opposed to running through it.
Well, there was no need to rush.
I know whose idea that was, or the purpose of that is, but there you go.
I've never understood exactly what that accomplishes. You're already on the field. You're just tearing up a piece of paper.
The Huskies right next to him. Nobody excited there. All right, here's touchdown. Kings Mountain goes up 7-0. Look at this run.
There you go. He could go all the way, and he did.
Now, folks, that's Ashbrook, green helmets, and Dennis. Talk about those Gastonia schools. Look at the fans at this game.
Ooh.
That is the Ashbrook side. I am probably, without even seeing the Cleveland County side, Dennis, I'm about 100% sure Kings Mountain is full.
Yeah.
On their side of the field.
Yeah. I'm sure Kings Mountain fans turned out big time.
7-0 Mountaineers lead. Now this is Lincoln and Maiden entering the field up at Maiden. Right now, last score we got up there was 29-0. We'll show you some of those highlights here in just a second. Speaking of Maiden and Lincoln, how about the Blue Devils start off 8-0 here. Deep pass down the middle. Is it Culliver? believe it is. And it is. And he's
he
gone.
had a good escort there.
Long wide receiver legs right there. Chris Culver with the touchdown. We'll show it one more time.
Where is that wide receiver? Has he got any offers going anywhere?
He's going to North Carolina.
Oh.
I believe so. I think he accepted North Carolina.
So we got a kid from Kings Mountain.
You know what you need to recruit at North Carolina, Dennis?
What's that?
Defenders.
Yeah.
Instead of making the quarterbacks play defense.
Ass chest, right how that works.
Here's 15-0 Blue Devils. Fumble! And 50 is off and out. Let's see that again. And he gets in there. 50 scores. Defensive lineman. Watch him just fall at 50. Ball on the ground. Hit by 9. Ball flies out. And 50 scoops and scores for the Maiden Blue Devils. This Kings Mountain going up 14-0 on the pass.
Dropped that one in
Ashbrook.
the bucket.
He did. Mr. Littlejohn.
Pop.
Ooh, he did. That was a good pass. So watch this. We're going to go into slow motion. Look at this ball go right over the, like right here, Dennis. Look at that ball.
Right over. That's a knuckleball right there.
He really just threw a drop ball right here. Like at this point, that ball should go about 5 or 10 yards over his head, and it just dropped out of the air. Look at this. This is right. He did drop that in the bucket. Look at this. And then all of a sudden, look, it was floating, and then as soon as the head of the ball goes down right here, it just drops straight. What a pass. Great pass, Mr. Littlejohn. All right, this is Husky to Addison for Crest, going up 7-0 here against Hunter Huss. See if he comes to us. Well, there he is, coming right at us. Got it.
Wait a minute, there's some laundry on the field.
Was that the DB's panties?
It wasn't the flag, it was his underwear.
Do what? Okay.
There he goes.
Addison with a touchdown.
Yeah, Addison's starting to get a little recognition. Takes the pressure off of Green.
Scoop and score on defense. Lateral. Well, there's Green in the way while he's standing there. Crest scores on the defensive play. This made it 22-0 Maiden. Quarterback shakes the defender, finds the receiver over the middle.
Zip.
For the touchdown. Maiden Blue Devils.
Is this flag football? Are they allowed to tackle there?
They haven't touched him yet. This is Addison again, but this was called back. Didn't say what it was called back for. Something illegal Crest did. And then Robbie's tweeting out everybody's in a rugby scrum on this one. I guess this was a Husk getting out of the end zone. 29-0. Maiden makes it over to Lincoln with this pass. And double coverage. What a catch by Maiden. Nice play.
It helps when you have a 6'4" receiver.
Number 6. Boom. Double coverage. Great. That might be the play of the night right there. Touchdown Ashbrook. Let's cut 21-7. And he didn't wave at us as we went by, Dennis. I got to tell these kids, wave at the cameraman. That was a poor pass by the quarterback, but it ended up scoring. I mean, that ball. Look at that ball wobbling in the air. That DB. So, he slipped. I was about to say, how did he not pick that off being that close, Dennis, on that wobble? DB slipped right here on the play.
It's that Astro turn.
Yeah. So, like, that ball, I look at it. I mean, it wobble. And the DB was on the other side of him. So, I was like, surely he was going to, what did he do, undercut that? Nope, he slipped right there, allowed Ashbrook to score. This made it 28-7, Kings Mountain on a run. Hadn't seen that much from the Mountaineers. Husky, this made it 20-0, a run from the quarterback keeper. He's going left, and he keeps it in the end zone for the score. This made it 26-0. Crest, a Carson touchdown. Handoff up the middle, about 10 yards. No Green yet so far tonight, Dennis.
No.
They're shutting him out.
Well, they put a couple of guys on him, so that frees up the other guys to score.
This is Husky coming over here to say hello to Robbie.
Robbie's got to talk to these guys and tell them to, at least run to the side where the camera's at.
Kings Mountain scores again, making it 34-7 in the third quarter. Number 21, nice little run. Green Wave trying to make the tackle, but can't finish him off. And that was our last score so far here on our Red Zone channel. All right, we're going to go back out to we're going to send you the scores, update some scores. Burns, let's see. We'll go to Burns homecoming while we have video. How about that? Let's show some of that.
Let's see who that queen is there.
There is Coach Devine and his daughter Emma.
Uh-oh, Coach Devine's daughter.
And Tom's doing some play-by-play there.
Representing the senior class is Presley McMurray, daughter of Elliot McMurray and Stacy McMurray, escorted by the father.
And Presley McMurray, another senior representative.
Hey, Dennis having homecoming the last week of the season. Pushing it, isn't it?
Yeah. They got the fancy stuff. They got all the swords and everything, their dress uniforms.
Well, I know you saw the highlights
Ross
last week when we were showing at Cherryville.
I believe
Cherryville, the girls wear the wedding dresses.
Wedding dresses?
Yeah, white dresses. The
we
court wears
have
white
the
dresses.
crowning of our homecoming queen.
No comment.
So we're glad that we're
We
able
got
to bring
pictures
you
of
this.
it from last week. So I thought we had that.
Lovely young ladies there with their family members as escorts, and now I think we're going to have the announcing of the homecoming queen.
Miss Angela Towery in 1967. Sadly, Angela Towery Glanton passed away in late September of this year. Let's pause for a moment of silence to honor her memory. Thank you. Tonight, the Burns High School 2022 homecoming queen will be crowned by the 2021 homecoming queen, Miss Lily Hall, and student body vice president, Miss Rosemary Baumgartner. We would like to thank Wright's Jewelry of Boston for donating tonight's beautiful crown, and we appreciate their continued support of Burns High School. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, as voted on by the student body, your Burns High School 2022 homecoming queen is Miss Emma Devine.
And Emma Devine, your homecoming queen for 2022. Congratulations to Emma and her family. So Emma Devine, your Burns.
Coach Devine's going to be a happy camper tonight.
Well, I was hoping the cameraman would zoom in, but he must be on a snack break or pee break on that.
It's halftime, the restroom's just
now that that's over with, we've got our queen crowned. Some stats that Joe Weibrel's put together for us. What have you got for the Bulldogs?
We'll shut Tom up for a minute now that Emma Devine is the queen there at Burns. If they move her up and give her a better shot here on the camera, we'll come back to it here in just a few moments, folks. But again, some of the scores, I've already got an update. West Lincoln is now 35-6 in that game over East Burke. So that game is has an update.
Well, it's not a shutout anymore.
No. East Burke gave Lincoln a good game. So West Lincoln next week is going to be awful interesting here, Dennis. Let's see if there's any other news scores that's come across. Crest now up 33-0, Dennis.
Yeah, that's about right.
Us just a few years back competing with these teams, 34-7 now. Kings Mountain over Ashbrook.
Well, I had Crest winning 52-10, so I guess the Huskies are going to have to pick it up if they're going to get 10.
It's 40-7. Shelby now over East Gaston.
Yeah.
Let's see if I get any more updates. See if anything else happened at South Point. And South Point now, well, it was 14-7 at halftime. Now it's 28-7.
Okay.
South Point scored right before the half, and then have scored some more. So I didn't know what was going on.
Well, they got to break it up a little bit. They don't want to score them all in one half,
I guess so. I thought it was going to have a close game here with South Point. Chase 68, Patton nothing right now in the fourth quarter.
They didn't break it up too much. They had 55 in the first half.
They've played stellar defense in the second half. There's only 4 minutes left to go. They only got 13. Bunker Hill now, 35-14 over Newton Conner. Dennis was just talking about that a minute ago, how we thought that would be a little bit bigger score, and it's turned out that way so far. Kings Mountain, 35-7 over Ashbrook. I put 34 on the board. And it doesn't look like they're going to get back to Emma on the middle of the field, so we're going to get away from Burns there and come back to our scoreboard here.
Yeah, give us a shot of her for later. We'll do it on the post.
They were trying to. Well, somebody will get a picture of her. I'm sure her and Coach Nelson Royster will be on top of that. Yeah. Let's see, any other things I need to mention before we send you out back to some football action? It doesn't look like it. Folks, I'll update the scores as quick as I can here on the board. Let's get out back to the fields. Folks, really, most of our games are blowouts as far as our broadcast go. Really, all of them are. We do have access to Hendersonville at Brevard, which is 14-0 in that game. So we're going to send you out to some more of that game. That game being awful interesting up there. This game being covered by WLOS ABC up there. Now, Dennis, we have all the fighting and fussing around here about doing broadcast, and in Hendersonville, they just allow the TV station to come on over and do it.
And probably don't even charge them.
My 40 WLOS.
Yeah, don't even charge them.
Is doing the broadcast.
Yeah.
So we're going to get them up here in just a second. As soon as I do, Golden Lions is now up 47-7. They've scored twice while I was talking.
Yeah, and Steve DeGree said he's going to be here post game. I understand why now.
Well, Hendersonville just scored to make it 21-7, and they went into commercial break. So we'll be back in here in a minute. West Lincoln is now 42-6 for you folks wondering about that. Rebels now over East Burke. Hendersonville 21-7. Is that what that says? Yeah, 21-7 over Brevard, folks. Coming up on the post-game show, 10 o'clock tonight, Dennis and I will have highlights along with Steve Gree's going to come in the house, and Will Boykins will be here, and we're going to have some fun tonight and talk all kinds of high school football, baseball, and get ready for next week's end of the season playoff coverage.
But if you want to talk about Christian McCafferty, call in the morning.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit about that. Let's see if Hendersonville's up and running yet. I don't think they are. They went to a break and disappeared. I was going to send you out there, folks. All right, let's go out to Polk County. Last time we checked, it was 28-3 Polk, headed into halftime. Let's see if East Rutherford has got back in the game.
Played by guess who? Antonio Simpson, and that's going to be good for a Mi Poblito's Mexican first down.
Yeah, enjoy your Mi Poblito favorites at home. Order online at mepubs.com. Over 100 Mexican dishes and lunch specials, authentic Mexican flavors, and full bar service. Mi Poblito Mexican. Cannot beat it in town.
Indeed. Thank you. Between that and the barbecue, I'm football's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but food that becomes priority, doesn't it? First and
Always.
10. I know. First and 10, Polk County. There's a snap to Beeler. Handoff up the middle. That handoff looks like we got another running back in the game for that. Or that's McIntyre again. Good game for him. Got a head of steam. They're going to move the chains. That's going to be good for another Mi Poblito's Mexican first down.
Yeah, McIntyre running hard for Polk County, getting a lot of carries, trying to rest Weaver for next week against Brevard. Another Mi Poblito Mexican first down for the Polk County offense. On the tackle, East Rutherford defense, it looks like that was number 8, Zaylon Watkins. On the stop, our Positive Character Award winner, playing hard on defense for the Cavaliers.
That doesn't surprise me. The positive, my experience so far this season has been the positive character player. It's kind of the reverse of the Madden cover jinx. Once you start announcing them, they start playing well.
And make big plays.
All right, handoff up the middle. Once again to McIntyre. McIntyre doesn't get a first down, but a decent gain, run up the middle. That's going to be a gain. It looks like about 7 or 8. So we're going to call it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 for Polk County here in the third quarter here. Let's see what their Polk County is able to do. I do have an update from the Chase game. That game is almost final. If it's not went final now, it is Chase 68, Patton 0.
Well, Can't say we're honestly that surprised with how Chase has performed this year. Another great win for them, it looks like. Snap to Beeler, handoff up the middle to McIntyre. He's got a lane. Looks like he's going to make it to the end zone. He stretches. Official calling, yes. Hands raised. Well, he raised his hands for a touchdown first, but now are they going to spot it just shy of the end zone?
Let's see what the official call is going to be. Cannot see.
I think they gave the points. It looks like they gave the 6 points, so it's going to be 41-3. Great run up the middle by McIntyre. 3 straight runs up the middle by McIntyre, leading to that touchdown.
And that game from Chase and Patton has went final. We have got official word to Chase a winner tonight to stay undefeated on this season.
Logan Nodine out for another point after attempt. Kick high, end over end, looks good. Referees confirm it. And so another extra point is good. So as we take a look at the Stanton Enterprise McDonald's scoreboard, home of the world-famous fries, our score with 7:13 remaining in the third quarter will be Polk County 42, East Rutherford 3. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Rutherford County High School football on Downtown Radio.
Take a hit from a 300-pound.
This means that you can run at that hole and not have to think about having to widen it.
I don't know what this formation. You got Key to the left and Norris behind, and they're going to run behind Key with Norris to the left side, and he's going to pick up the first down, Jeff, over to the sideline. He gets about 7 or so.
Yeah, and what that is you've got, like you said, you had Key on to the left of Lee, and then you had Norris was behind Lee, and so what happened was you had kind of a convoy, and so Tate went up and kind of secured the edge, and now it looks like they may run it to the right, and they've changed, and Nick Norris is on the right side, and Tate's behind the quarterback. So let's see. Yeah, so we're going to run it around the right side, and there we go.
And there go. I think that's Key or maybe even Pitts. Let's get that number.
Handoff goes to number 22.
Okay, that's Bryson
Yeah, that's Key in there now. So that could have been him blocking the play before, but now.
And now Tate's in
now
and
Tate's
Hollifield. So what did that pick up? So that went to the 42 to the 35, 16. From the 35 to the 17, so 18 yards. And Key's having a very efficient night. Now Drew Hollifield in at quarterback with Tristan Tate and Nick Norris. And it's going to be Norris getting the handoff. Doesn't get much, but it may have been face masked.
Yeah, I've got a flag down, and if it is a face mask, I would think it would be the 5-yard face mask that you get from time to time. I like the fact that high school still has the 5-yard face mask. I think everybody else, face mask is automatically 15 yards. And it is. It's the 5-yard variety. I mean, sometimes you end up and your hand's on the face mask and you grab it. And as soon as you realize, oh, darn, I grabbed the face mask, you let go.
Yeah.
And that, to me, I agree that's a 5-yard face mask. But pretty much I think everybody except high school was taking that penalty out, and it's just automatic 15.
Yeah. So 5 yards, it's 1st and 5, ball at the 12 of East Gaston.
Still 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and again, Norris up the gut, and he's going to get a few yards. He's going to be close to a first down. I think they're going to say he's still short, but it's just second down. Norris got a lot of carries in the second half last week against Bessemer City, and what I like about Norris is he's got good size. Our other running backs are a little bit smaller. They run hard.
Yeah.
But I like the fact Norris runs it up in there and he's got a little bit of girth.
2nd and 1, and Hollifield keeps it, and he's inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal. He gets they're going to mark him at the 5, so he gets 3. But that's enough for a first down.
So Shelby has 7 first downs in the second half, all running.
I love it.
1st and goal.
Of course, they've got a couple touchdown passes, but all the first downs have been running. In fact, the last 8 first downs, because the last first down of the first half was running.
So if you get Jim Sherman's stat book, I don't think Nick Norris has a carry this year that's lost yardage. And now that little pitch it's a pass to Jaden Sanders just doesn't get anything.
Yeah, there's no place to go. And so it's going to be a pass completion for no yards.
So it's technically the second catch for Sanders. He just doesn't get anything, and Hollifield's 1 for 1 for 0 yards. But it's a complete pass. Second down and goal from the 5. 1:02 to go. Still in the third quarter, by the way. And now into the game comes
Nick Norris is coming out.
a new number. I can't get that. Is that? I don't know that number. 12 at wide receiver.
I do not know. 12 is Santana London on my roster, but I have no idea.
Could be a different number. So, anyway, it's going to be a bootleg to the left. Holifield's going to throw it. Had a man for the touchdown, but it was dropped.
He just didn't catch it.
I like the play design, though. Everybody thought that was a run.
Hollifield's pass incomplete, intended for number 16.
Okay, that was intended for Sanders, who couldn't hold on to it, but that's a tough pass, running to your left as a right-handed quarterback and throwing across your body.
Yeah, I've got to do a lot of the Crest games this year, and Natavius Husky, the quarterback for Crest, he's about as good a high school quarterback as I've ever seen throwing while he's running to his left.
So that player that had gone in comes back out, and I think that was 12. Well, let's see. Nick Norris is back in, and there's a handoff. Let's see who gets it.
I think it's Tate, but it might be Key.
It's Tristan Tate.
So 5-yard touchdown run. So that's 2 straight touchdowns by Tristan Tate.
And so Tate's got 2 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown and 1 catch for 21 yards and a touchdown. So very nice game for Tate here in a half a play. Now Berkowitz on for the PAT. Hollifield to hold. 26 seconds to go here in the third, and we're going to get our run of clock after this kick, or maybe after the kickoff. As Shelby's on top 53-7. This Classic Ford of Shelby point after is good, and Shelby leads 54-7 on our No Malarkey. Mr. Sparky Scoreboard back after this.
That brings the score to
Medical Arts Pharmacy.
And steps out of bounds after getting another Turner Hauser Insurance first down.
It was a gain of about 12. Puts him at 127, and Mr. Avery's at 191. So they are moving the ball very well, as we thought, on the ground.
320-some yards of rushing. And there's some passing in there tonight, too. Winnick's in motion. Love watching the jumping in the backfield for the fakes. Meanwhile, Avery does what he does, goes up the middle. Good gain.
4.
Gain of 4.
He puts him at 33 carries for 195.
So he is well over 2,000 for the season and 4,000 for the career. And basically, it's been 2 years because he really didn't run for much in his sophomore year because that was the COVID season, and he was a backup at that point. Hand off to Winnick, goes around the right side, finds an opening, gets to the outside, and he's dragged down from behind.
Oh, my
They
goodness.
looked to me like they had his uniform, not his shoulder pads. So
Yeah.
that will not be a horse collar, but it sure looks suspicious, according to the fans. Sorry about that,
No,
Zach.
you're good. You're good. About horse collared me down with the headset.
Yeah, I stepped on his cord. I'm sorry. Avery again around the right side, breaks up through a hole, punishes a defender as he goes out of bounds. But another first down for the Rebels. They have racked – I'd love to know how many first downs they have tonight. They have racked up a bunch. They just keep methodically driving down the field.
He gets another 10 on that one. Puts him over the 200-yard mark, unofficially 205 yards with 3 touchdowns.
Clock's running. 9:12 to go still in the game. 30-point margin for the Rebels, looking for more. Hand off to Avery. Nope, this time, oh my goodness. Truesdale kept it. As he's getting tackled, he made a great pitch to Jalen Winnick. Winnick takes it goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for West Lincoln. First of all, I thought it was Avery.
Yeah.
Then I see Truesdale with it. He gets hit. As he's going down, he pitched the ball a good 10 yards out to Winix. Winix cuts it back towards the middle of the field and gets a first down at the 5.
So positive play. That was a dangerous play, but it was definitely a positive play. 15-yard gain. That puts Mr. Winix at 147 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day.
Got an outside shot at 2 runners for the same team with 200 yards. There's Avery around the right side, and he walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. It was as easy as I made it sound.
4 touchdowns, 210 for the day for Mr. Avery. Another day at the office.
He took that pitch. There was a huge hole over there, and he just kind of jogged into the end zone. It was as easy as it sounded.
It is.
So now it's 48-12. Sellers on for the extra point. He's perfect on the night. Hopefully that's not the announcer's curse. But it's not. He hammers it through.
Give your business an advantage,
And
right?
with 8:37 to go on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's West Lincoln 49, East Burke. There's too many East and West. It gets confusing. East Burke 12. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Just a few yards away from really creating some separation.
And that's all Benny filled there. I mean, as he drops back and then he makes the decision to cut outside, a little pump fake there, but you can see he's a young man that's used to running with a football. 9 catches for 202 yards coming in prior to taking over quarterback in game number 5.
Well, it is a luxury to have a playmaker. You can slide into a role like that when you're in such a scenario. He's been that tonight. That was tossed, and it looked like the knee went down for Ferguson as he was just trying to gather up the football, and it did. So 4th down coming for Hendersonville as another drive stalls right here on the verge of pay dirt. And it looks as if Hendersonville is going to run Cooper King back out there. Had the missed field goal on the other end of the field a bit earlier. And the left-footed kicker is going to set up between the hashes. Might be shading it just toward the right hash at the 15-yard line, so a 25-yard try. Strong left-footed kicker King, true on this one, and the lead grows to 24-7 Hendersonville. Bearcats get points out of the drive to inch a little further ahead in 4th.
Go inside handoff. Attack on this lead, 56-0 Burns.
Yeah, 56-0, and here comes Mooney again as the clock will continue. And Mooney's upset. They're pulling him off. No, they're sending it back in.
Hey, he made the last 2. Give him another shot.
No, it's going to be Johnny Johnson in for the.
It's kicking by committee tonight.
Yeah, Camacho not available, so
I don't think Ben was happy about it.
No.
He wanted to be out there for that. But credit him, like I said, he got the last 2 through the uprights.
And this will be Graham Warlick on the hold, and here comes Goodson, who just scored the touchdown.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, I'm going to introduce you to our homecoming cheerleading.
And taking a while to get lined up, but I don't really think anybody's going to complain. All right, now they've got it set up. Now they...
Not sure what the holdup is.
Well, they're just making sure, I guess, everything's set. And Warlick looks a little uncomfortable.
Clock is ticking.
They're taking the clock down, I think. I'm not sure what they're doing. They don't have enough guys on the field.
Delay a game.
I don't know if they called a timeout. No, they're going to.
I don't know how it's just now delay a game. The play took 2 minutes.
I don't think anybody's going to complain, as they just want to take some time down. And I think everybody's ready to warm up the bus and go home. They're going to stop the clock.
Well, maybe Coach Devine did that to give Johnny Johnson a chance for an extended field goal.
All right.
Longer field goal, maybe.
So we'll be back.
Bay Out of Home Health Care continues.
Handoff. Dellinger again, tries to go over the right side, steps over a couple bodies, but then's knocked down. Gets to the 47-yard line. And Mason Avery with a tackle, as if he hasn't done enough tonight.
This is true. 210 yards unofficially, 4 touchdowns for Mr. Avery on the ground.
Interesting here, Bandy's is having trouble with West Caldwell. It's only 20-14, and West Caldwell has not been good this year, but they're giving Bandy's all they want.
Yeah, Bandy's in the middle of this conference can't afford to lose either.
Handoff comes back to the left. It's Bird again. He steps through, gains maybe 2 yards on the right side. And that's going to make 3rd and 5.
They're pushing 200 yards rushing on the day for themselves. Most of it been in the second half, with the exception of one big run in the first half for Eastburg.
I think we're seeing some liberal substitution as well for West Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
They've been running some linemen in and out, trying to keep them fresh.
Yep, keep some of their starters from getting hurt, going into the playoffs more than likely.
Snap back to Mast. He rolls to his left, looks downfield. He's got a receiver, and they've completed a pass. He's knocked down right at midfield, so it'll be 4th down. And the catch was made by Hammonds. So he has the first reception of the night, but he's a little slow getting up.
He is. Was that for positive yardage?
Yeah, for 2 yards.
2 yards. So 3 passes, 1 completion for 2 yards on the day for Eastburg.
Hammonds looks like he's holding his right hand. There's some kind of issue. It was a little slow on piling here at the sideline.
Yeah, it's either hand or maybe a side.
Maybe. So 4th down, and West Lincoln jumps offside, and that'll give them the first down. That is not the first time that has happened tonight. I believe that will probably be a point of emphasis Coach Ponder makes in practice this week.
Yeah, that and watching film and stuff. They run the ball well, but they have put the ball on the ground a couple times today. So ball control definitely going into the playoffs, looking at some better teams.
Right. So 1st down on the West Lincoln side at the 45. Direct snap to Dellinger. He tries to work his way through the right side. Gets through a little opening, but then gets wrapped up by several Rebel defenders. And he's brought down at the 42. So gain of about 4 on that play.
All right, folks, welcome back to the studios. I'm going to mercifully end the broadcast tonight here on the Red Zone channel. Dennis.
Mercifully?
Did I say that right? It's blowouts across the board. The only game left, and that, well, it's not. It's pulling away now. We'll show you a little bit left. I'll talk over this Hendersonville game, show you some shots from that game. 56-0 Burns, 46-0 Jefferson over Highland Tech, 20-6 Winston-Salem Prep over Bishop McInnes. Community School Davidson, 14-7 over Christ the King. Andrews and Robbinsville, that's a 1A matchup between the number 2 and 6 team in the state. Andrews 21-6, the number 2 team winning. 14-14 Swain and Murphy. don't have anything on a couple of scores. Albemarle just went up 13-0 on Union. Mitchell 41-6 on Rosman. Chase, that is a final 68-0 for Chase over Patton tonight. So final for Chase. Final Pine Lake Prep 49-14 over Lake Norman Charter. But the rest, folks, are still going on right now. And we'll get these scores up. So, Dennis, I'm going to get some highlights up here in just a second. If you'll read through some scores, we'll get the highlights ready to rock.
Let's run through what we've got here. Let's start up here with the Cherryville Ironmen and the Burns Bulldogs. It's Burns 58, Cherryville 0. And Thomas Jefferson Griffons 46, Highland Tech Rams 0. No score yet on the Hayesville and Cherokee game. Bishop McGinnis and Winston-Salem Prep. It's Winston-Salem 20, Bishop McGinnis 6. No score on the Carver and Mountain home charter, okay. And in the other game, we have Community School of Davidson 14 and Christ the King 7. It is Andrews Wildcats 21, Robbinsville Black Knights 6. We have a tie score, Swain County and Murphy 14-all. Avery County Vikings, no score. Mount Airy, don't have a score on that. Albemarle Bulldogs 13, and the, what is that, Davidson County Cardinals? Union County Cardinals 0. And the Rosman Tigers and the Mitchell Mountaineers, Mitchell's soundly defeating them 41-6. On more local scores, we have Shelby and East Gaston at Shelby Golden Lions 54, East Gaston Warriors 7. Polk County 42, East Rutherford 3. It's Maiden 29, Lincolnton 6. Bunker Hill Bears 35, Newton Conover Red Devils 21. Bandy's Trojans 7, West Caldwell 0. West Lincoln Rebels Terry Reinhardt 49, East Burke Cavaliers 12. We've got the Hendersonville Bearcats over the Brevard Blue Devils 21-7. Chase Trojans cruise tonight 68-0 over Patton. East Surrey 34-0 over West Wilkes. North Surrey 19-0 over Surrey Central. No score on Madison and Mountain Heritage. And we have Forbush over North Wilkes 14-7. Kings Mountain 48-7 right now over Ashbrook. Crest 40-0 over Hunter Huss. No score in North Gaston and Kramer Storm. Hickory 40, Fred T. Ford 7. St. Stephen's 14, Statesville 13. North Lincoln and West Iredell, we don't have a score. Give us a call on that one. It is South Point Red Raiders 35, Forest View Jaguars 7. East Lincoln Mustangs continue to roll 50-0 over the North Iredell Raiders. It's Watauga Pioneers 42, Freedom Patriots 7. We have the High Brighton Panthers 21 and the Alexander Central Cougars 17. It's Pine Lake Prep 49 and Lake Norman Charter 14. And in a tie score, we have McDowell 35 and Irwin 35.
All right, Dennis, we got a couple of highlights here before we end the Red Zone Channel show for the night. This is Mitchell going up, putting press on touchdown. Touchdown. It's been 29-6.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hand fighting. Yep. Right over the shoulder.
We've got some good catches tonight, Dennis. I mean, look at this ball right here. It's on his fingertip.
Well, it takes
Couldn't stretch out any further than that.
it takes a good pass to make a good catch, you know.
Husky.
Let me guess. He breaks away and scores.
Still no Javarius Green. Pulling away there. Our highlights are posted on WhatsApp Shopper Facebook page. Our reporters are out tweeting. Our Twitter page. Our reporters are out and about on the field taking care of that through WhatsApp Shopper. Then we go through your folks and put the highlights up.
Well, Kevin, you mentioned Green doesn't have any passes tonight, and some teams have watched the film and they game plan, let's shut down Green. And they may have done that successfully. Oh, but the score's 40-0.
Don't matter whose name's on the touchdown, does it? All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be back in just a few minutes. 10 o'clock, 10:05 for the postgame show. 10 o'clock, 10:05, somewhere around there. We're going to take a break here in the studios and get ready. You've been watching and listening to the Red Zone channel. Week 10, Dennis. Almost
Oh,
over.
wow. Where did it go?
Almost over. We'll be back for the postgame show brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports. Dinner tonight, of course, always brought to you by Fats Cafe. I want to thank them, as always, there in Shelby Schmear Moss. Get the big man rumbling and stumbling for Cherryville right now. That's the longest run of his career, I'm just going to say.
Okay. Did he score?
No, he went